Today we're going to talk about who becomes the best. Who becomes the best at martial arts? And kind of a side note is, not to give up. Don't give up. That even if you can't become the best, you can become pretty good. And we'll be talking about that. So I remember my first class. It was 39 years ago. And I did not have natural talent. It's probably why I was there. And I remember my instructor teaching me how to do a low block, and I kept getting it wrong. I would do it over and over and over in the class, and I kept putting my hand in the wrong position. I kept switching my position to the wrong spot. I couldn't coordinate it with the steps, and I didn't even have it right by the end of the class. And I remember my instructor had a couple of bricks over off to the side. I'm not sure exactly what they were there for, but he seemed to think that putting them in my hand and having me continue to do the low block would help, but it really didn't. But that's my story. So by the end of that first class, I didn't have my low block, but I tried to do it without bricks and with bricks in my hand. And yeah, that was kind of difficult. And I remember my first couple tournaments. We used to have in-school tournaments before, when I was an underbelt, under black belt. And the first couple fights that I had, I lost. And, I didn't really have experience at it, but I had a lot of will. I wanted to do it. I wanted to learn it. But I lost my first couple fights also. And in spite of all of that, lack of natural talent, I went on to get, over the years and over time, those things change. And I went on to get many black belts in different systems, traveled the world all over Asia, China, Hong Kong, Japan, Mongolia, competed in Europe and won a world championship there. So in spite of all that, I went on to do a lot in the martial arts, met a lot of people, had a lot of great experiences, and traveled all over the world doing things. So, it's not always what you start with, it's what you make of it and what you end up with. So now I've been teaching for about 36 years. And when I was younger, I used to get excited when I'd get a student that had a lot of skill. They'd come in and they have a lot of skill, and I think, oh man, this is someone I can pass a lot of things on to. But then I realized over time that most of those students, if not all of them, they just kind of faded away over time. Their natural ability made them bored easily. And even if you gave them things quickly, they moved on to something else because they usually had natural ability in many different things. And they would move on. And it came to the point eventually where I was teaching and I thought, well, people would come in and they'd say, oh yeah, I really like this. And they'd have a lot of talent. And I said, well, we'll see. I said, that's good, but we'll see. So I wanted to see if they'd still be like that in a year or 5 years. And that's what started to matter to me over time. But then I had students who really didn't have much talent, but they were really determined to get good. They'd kind of had enough of not having talent, and they really wanted it. They really wanted to learn. And you find that in martial arts now and then, or fairly often, I guess. People who really want to learn it. And they would stick with it longer and usually go way farther than those people with talent. So that was a consistent theme that I saw over the years of teaching. So who becomes the best? I guess the very best are probably the people with natural talent, with a lot of attributes like body size, speed, whatever they need for whatever they're going into, and determination and discipline and desire. Those people are extremely rare. The people with all of those natural abilities and the determination and always want to train, those people are extremely rare. But maybe some of the best are those people. But honestly, I don't think I've ever had a student like that. I have briefly maybe, but never had a student like that that's consistently stuck around that's had both. So the most, probably the ones that are the best most often are the people that just have a lot of desire. They have a lot of desire. They have a lot of discipline, and they have a lot of determination. So maybe not a lot of talent, but they will work so hard that they'll achieve great things just with their determination alone. So the talent almost doesn't matter, because in time you can develop attributes to a certain extent. You can get stronger, you can get faster, you can become more determined, you can get more endurance, you can do a lot of things, improve your flexibility, you can develop skill. So all of those things come with hard work. So hard work, those people who are hardworking usually are the best. And the people with just natural talent who don't have much desire, man, it'd be rare that they ever go anywhere. They might have a little brief spot shining, but then that's about it, because it takes desire and it takes determination and will to, and wanting to train, and love of it, and love of the pain of the training sometimes, and just the determination to go through that and accomplish your goals. That's probably the most important thing. And another thing is, everybody has some attributes. You know what I mean? Some people are flexible, but maybe not strong, or some people are strong, but not flexible. Some people are, have longer limbs, whatever it is. But we all have some good attributes that we can build on and develop some of the others also. So, so don't give up. Whatever you start with doesn't mean what you're going to end with. And if you really have a desire to do this, if you really want to get good, you could do a lot. Just find good teachers, find good instruction, get to work. Don't slack off. Every day, make good habits and get to work. Do it. Train every day and get better. And you'd be surprised what you can do. Like all the black belts that I have, people go like, oh, that's ridiculous. But then I go, well, you'd be surprised what you can do in 4 decades. Think about this. If you trained 10 different systems, for 4 years each, you could do a lot. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous, but let's say you even train 5 for 8 years each. Think of the skill you could have. And that's not to say that you couldn't just do one system for 40 years, but either way, you can learn a lot and you can go a long way. So don't underestimate yourself. You can become good, and even if you can't become the best, you can become great. So do it, get to work, and make it happen. If you can like, share, and subscribe, I would appreciate it. Thanks again.